Greetings and welcome to we're on episode 5 now of the Parting of Veils TV, and I have a guest here with me this evening, and introduce yourself to the lovely audience.
I am Owl Minstrel, a.k.a. Chuck Owston.
Chuck Owston, yes. And in this episode we are going to tell you a little ghost tale, or Chuck is, or Owl Minstrel is here too, is going to. We were supposed to do this on the 12th night, but we ran out of time, correct?
Yes. Everybody was getting hungry, and I thought, well, I'll wait and save this for another time, and here it is.
Well, there you go. So, and what's the name of this story?
The Song of the Sorrowing Harp.
Okay.
And this actual story became a number of songs. That's the interesting thing about it. Back in the 1960s, the band Pentangle from the UK recorded a version called Cruel Sister. A little bit later in the 80s, the Scottish band, the Old Blind Dogs, did a version of it. Lorena McKennitt did a version of the song as the Bonnie Swans.
Yes, okay.
So there are various permutations of this particular story. But apparently, and I found this in a book of old ghost stories, apparently this is the source where the songs came from.
Oh, very good. So
now the songs are they're in northern Scotland. Of course, the Vikings landed there in the Orkney Islands. They're found throughout Britain, found in Ireland. So everywhere the Vikings went, they kind of carried this story with them, and people liked the story, so they wrote songs about it.
Yeah, so, well, we're looking forward to hearing it, so I will let you have the stage, and we are looking forward to hearing the story.
Many years ago, on the northern coast of Scotland, there lived a lord, his wife, and his 2 daughters. The eldest was dark and moody. The youngest was fair and a joy to be around. The sisters got along fine until one day when a young lord came riding by. And he came to the castle where the lord lived. And he said, "I have heard of your beautiful daughters, and I would like to court them, deciding which one I shall marry." And the lord said, "That is fine. You may court my 2 daughters, and then tell me, after a period of time, which one you choose." Now he spent time with both of the daughters, but more and more his heart was moved toward the younger, fairer daughter. The older daughter saw this. It burned in her heart like a burning coal, and she was filled with envy. So one day, as they were out walking by the seacoast, by the cliffs, and the ocean down below, the elder sister pointed to her younger sister, "Look, out there, on the water." And when she turned to look, the elder sister pushed her over the precipice into the sea. And she cried out, "Sister, sister, help me!" And her sister stood there with a stony gaze upon her. And finally, the younger sister sank beneath the waves and was seen no more. After a period of time, the older sister returned to the castle and said, my sister, she has fallen into the sea." And so a search party was organized, and they searched up and down the coast, but they never found the younger, fair sister. Now, as time went by, the body of the younger sister floated in the sea and came to rest near the home of a miller. And this man was out by the sea, and he saw the blonde hair in the sea. And he waded out, and he pulled the lifeless corpse of the girl to shore. Staying with him at that time was a young minstrel, a harper of renown. And he was so taken with the beauty of this girl that he said, I want 3 strands of her golden hair to wind around the strings of my harp, that I might never forget this beauty. And so they buried the girl. They took 3 strands of her golden hair, and they wound them around the strings of the minstrel's harp. Well, time went and passed again. The young lord decided he would marry the dark elder sister. And so, the time was set for the wedding. And people gathered from all areas to come for this grand event. And they gathered there. One who came was the minstrel, with the 3 golden strands of the young girl's hair on the strings of his harp. And as he walked into the hall, and they were about to toast the young couple, the harp by itself began to vibrate and began to sing. And an audible voice came forth from the harp. Farewell to my father who loved me so. Farewell to my mother who I miss very much. And lastly, and cursed be my sister who murdered me. And that's the song of the sorrowing harp.